Morning YouTube. Right, so I've got a few sets of scales to do. What I'll do is I'll bring you through the one, this is for the missing link, so we'll bring you through them, and then that's for the camp and field. That's some absolutely stunning desert ironwood for a boondog. So what we'll do now is we'll now we're going to key this up. So I don't know whether you can see this, but this bloody arthritis of mine, God, meat makes my hands swell, and they've been really playing up just lately. I know Sandy's dad went through this, and this is what, you know, got to him in the end. But it's obviously working with my hands, as I said many videos ago when I first started, that it's unbelievable really, you know, all the things you could do to me. Please don't mess with my hands, you know, because without these, you know, I've got no qualifications. I ain't the brightest spark in the world, but I'm pretty good with these. You know, I can, these help me get by. So without these, you know, I might as well bloody swing from the rafters. And you know, these mad flare-ups just lately with this rheumatoid stuff, it's not great, and doing this type of stuff sometimes real plays them up. And if I'm being honest with you all, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get away from the book and be able to do stuff when I can, basically, because there's some days when my hands are real swole and my legs and my feet are burning because of it, and I you know, I can't really do a lot, if I'm being genuinely honest with you all. And some days I real struggle. So without having that kind of pressure, you know, well, I've got to do it, and down here in pain, because, you know, the time's ticking on, and, you know, some days I just can't do anything, so I have to just take it off and I have a bit of a rest, and they're okay again then for a while. But anyway, right, so we're going to key these scales, just like with anything that needs bonding together, it's going to need some kind of key. Now I normally do it with a 40 grit paper, which is, I go one way then the other and form that hash pattern. You'll see it a bit better on here, I hope. Like I say, I'm going to do a video soon of explaining. I'm just waiting for the products to come, and I'll explain one of the reasons. I've been doing a bit of research into shearing and stuff like that of products when they're laminated together and stuff like that. If I'm going to be in my bonnet about something, excuse me, that's it. Or if I feel as though something could work better, or there's got to be a better way of doing it, that's it. I'll, you know, I won't stop until I feel as though that's the best way to do it, or, you know, the best I personally can get out of my products, or, you know, I try and make them the most robust and the best I can. So I know they're honoured with a lifetime guarantee, but I really don't want somebody's item to fail. It happens. We're all human, and mistakes happen, and sometimes things don't go together right, or, you know, something will delaminate, or, you know, and I try my best as much as I physically can so this doesn't happen. And there's something that I knew anyway with the acetone. It forms like an oil, which is not ideal. Leaves like a film. It helps clean, but denatured alcohol's a bit better. But there's something else that I've really been looking into, and I'll do a video on this soon. And it really opened my eyes a lot. to do with this type of process and stuff. And all what I thought was great is not really. I mean, I have to do it now until this stuff comes, and then when the stuff comes I'm going to do a video and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'm going to get a nice key on that. After this, what I'll do is I'll do the others, but I'll bring you along then and we'll get the epoxy on and show you a product that I use to help with it not sticking. And I'm not really pressing really hard here. The goal is to put the key in, not to you know, shave any away or anything like that. Okay, excuse my arm if it's in the way. Okay, those are clean now. Denatured alcohol. I mean, I can't tell you how important this. I was going to leave this out, you know, because it's just gluing stuff together, but I can't tell you how important this part is to make your product the best you can. It's crazy important. Okay, I need to let them dry now. Okay, so I'll finish these other ones. I'm going to do the same process. This is the epoxy that I use. It's G-Flex epoxy. Now sometimes when it's cold I've got a little heater there. What I'll do is you probably hear that. Just keep turning the bottle around like this is all I'm doing on the heater, just to, because sometimes I'll keep this in the house too because it's a bugger when it gets cold. It doesn't want to mix. It's a nightmare. But once it's had a, not too much of a warm, but some of a warm, it definitely helps it. These little glasses that I use, I think they're little shot glasses, and I couldn't be without these. They're fantastic for this process. They're brilliant. And if I can, when I buy them in big rock, like there's lots of them. And I think there's a big shopping centre near me, and I think the missus always gets them for me. I think she gets them from what's known in the UK as a pound shop or a dollar store, and I think you get about 20 of them. And when she comes out of shopping, I always ask her to nip in and pick my son up when she can. When they stop doing them, I'm going to be devastated because I'll be finding, you know, bits of paper. Oh, this is grease-proof paper. Now, if I remember right, old Dell from Redpath put me onto this stuff. I can't get the same stuff no more for some reason, but it's the same. Turn off. It's the same type of grease-proof paper. It certainly helps with the mess. Okay, I'll just get my little mixing stick. These little mixing sticks are what like the kids have. And for some reason, don't ask me why, but the epoxy just doesn't stick to it. So once you've finished, it'll stick to it and then you can just peel it away and start again. I mean, I've had this same little stick now. I've got 2 or 3 of them. I've had it for ages and it just keeps going and going and going. Another little tool that I couldn't be without. It's, I don't know what they're called. I think the kids have them for like in in the little glue pots, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to keep them together a minute so there's no dust. Okay, well, oh, I'm going to get in your way here. Let's bring you back out a little bit. Just wait for this to... Maybe I should have tipped them upside down for a little bit first, just to speed the video up. Normally I'll leave them resting in the vice, or something like this upside down, just so that it flows down. For some reason, the red one all seems to flow quicker than the white one. I don't know why, but it does. And I like to squish them at the same time so I can see the, rather than one and a one, you know, on top. I have done it like that, but I find, I don't know, doing it this way, I've got a bit more control of seeing what comes out, because obviously you want it equal. God, it's cold today. It's cold in here. I've got to sort some kind of heating out. In the other one I had my wood burner, didn't I? So, and I have thought about putting it in here, but there's a downside to them wood burners. Yes, they keep you roasting, but they do cause a lot of condensation. I've got to finish the roof off in here yet. It's still a work in process. There's cupboards I want to put up on the walls. It's, you know, it's still evolving. Okay, so watch how they're coming out. Make sure that the fatness of the stream is the same as the other one, and that they're coming out at the same rate, because it is important to mix these equal. What I'll do now is I'll put these upside down in something, so when I come to use them in a minute. Now I like to go at first, you know, not crazy, because you don't want to create too many air bubbles in there. I know you can stick them in your I know Sandy sticks them in his vacuum chamber. I've never done that, but it seems a good way of doing it. It's certainly going to help with that type of thing. I've just not done it. You can, now when this is cold, it's ever so thick. And, you know, quite viscous, I think the word is. What I'm looking for is basically to see the, you know, it all looks the same colour. It's mixed in really well. I suppose it's the word that's what I'm looking for. The consistency is the same and it looks an even colour. Okay. I'll show you another important part, I think, just to squish any air out and stuff when you're doing this. It's not rocket science this, but okay, so what I like to do now is use this applicator, put it on and spread it like that, so it gives a nice even coat. You can see that okay. That's more than enough for this side. I mean, if it's not right up to the edge a little bit, it's going to be okay, because this is going to squish. So then we'll take another bit, put it on the other side. Again, just using the spatula. I suppose that's what it is, a little spatula, I think. Just to allows it to spread evenly, and you can sort of push it around with these little spatulas, as you can tell. I like this little spatula. Sometimes these simple little tools don't half make some of these jobs so easy. Right, now I'll do the other one and everything off camera in a minute. There's no need for me to do one because all the rest is going to be the same. So what I want to do now is I want to put it on there, and I want to really push really hard, munch it around, get that epoxy to spread, and it helps push any that's there, and it helps, you can feel it sucking down onto it, just like when there's two really flat things and you know, and then they form a nice bond. It's a bit the same in like thread locker. If there's two surfaces are real close together and you put the thread locker on, it doesn't take long before it to lock up. Okay. Then I'll put the thingy on. Clip. This is on a little granite surface plate, but I have got a big bar down here that I use all the time. I'll probably switch over to that in a second. Just show you how I put these clips on. Might help somebody. I mean, there's no... Just gently put the clip, like lower the clip down gentle, because otherwise it will mooch it over. One on the end, one in the middle. Make sure everything's as it should be, and job's done. Okay, I'll continue doing these now, and this will be tomorrow now, and then we'll start drilling the holes and everything. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.